This is a review video. We're going to talk briefly about some of the core concepts that we addressed in weeks 2 and 3 and that we will use going forward through weeks 4 and 5 and onward. The first core concept we're going to address is critical thinking, or criteria-based thinking. This is a process of judicious evaluation. The goal of critical thinking is to determine whether an explanation or an answer to a question is true or false. As defined in the handout I gave you on critical thinking, it is thinking guided by rational criteria that have proved to be reliable guides to good judgment and judicious evaluation. Critical thinking is used to answer complicated problems, and it is used to establish rational explanations. This rational explanation is the goal of critical thinking. And another goal is to avoid irrational explanations, or explanations that are rooted in mythology, unexamined tradition, or unquestioned authority. A rational explanation is backed by reasons or supported by reasons, such as observations. The core concept that I want to review is dialectic and the dialectical form, which is a method of rational explanation. Aristotle, the ancient Greek philosopher and famous student to Plato, credited Thales, another ancient Greek philosopher, with being the quote-unquote first philosopher, or the first philosopher in ancient Greece to establish this method of rational explanation, called the dialectical form. Let's look right to the handout to see how a dialectical conversation would play out between two people. Someone would propose an idea or a rational explanation based on observation and independent reasoning. Another person would offer a criticism based on observation and independent reasoning. This criticism would be a counter-argument or a counter-example, capable of possibly showing the faults or limitations of the initial proposal or rational explanation. The first person must consider the criticism and then make a decision to either defend their initial proposition, revise the initial proposition, or reject it altogether based on the new observation or the new evidence brought by the counter-argument, counter-example, or the criticism. Forward, we will study Socrates. Socrates was a conversational and public philosopher in Athens in ancient Greece. He was also Plato's teacher and mentor. Socrates mastered the dialectical form of rational explanation through the art of conversation, now known as the Socratic method. We will start by exploring Socrates' lifestyle, as well as the two characteristics he embodied most, humility and skepticism.